Hello, welcome to a fresh episode of OMA Living Show. And on each episode, we try to bring something unique. We try to build a different content that will not only inspire you but to keep you entertained. And we are working on the quality of our guests. Today, we have someone who is going to greatly inspire you, who's going to give you a different knowledge about life. I'm working on this very episode with Experience Niger Tours. It's under tourism, and we're taking a tour to major destinations in Abuja. And I'm thrilled to know that places I had earlier gone to, like the Air Adwa Center. I thought I knew Air Adwa Center before now, but I came to realize that there are lots more to Air Adwa Center other than the halls where we attend the events. It's actually a mini museum, and we took this tour with EBUKA. Yes, the phenomenal EBUKA Obi-UCHENDU. He's with us today on the tour, and I had to pull him aside to have him answer a few questions. I mean, out of all of the public figures, celebrities, why was he chosen to be on this tour with us? And of course, tell us what has made him to remain relevant all these years. I'll be with you right after the break. Today on the show, I have the phenomenal, unique, multi-talented, and extremely hardworking EBUKA Obi-UCHENDU. You know, I love to pick my native Nigerian names so I don't get to make mistakes. So nice to have you on the show,
Thanks
EBUKA.
for having me.
Wow, I'm in awe, honestly.
Thank you. It's
You're one of the
pleasure to be here.
best guests I've had on my show.
Wow.
Honestly.
Thank you.
And
I appreciate the kind
you are a
words.
role model. You are a mentor. Okay, now you were invited by Experience Niger for a tour in Abuja, tourism. Are you a big fan of tourism, or is this just one of the numerous getting a celebrity to be on board something?
Yeah. One thing I've always done is I never get associated with anything I'm not interested in.
Okay.
Yes, it's important to make money, but at the same
Yeah.
time, even if you're going to pay me for anything, I think it's important that it's something I'm also sort of passionate about. So this wasn't even paid for anyways. My
Okay.
point being, I never really. The question would be how excited am I about this because
Yeah.
it's something I'm definitely interested in. I believe tourism is an important. There's no better way to launder a country's image than through tourism.
Yeah, true.
We've learned that with most of the developed countries in the world. You know, people want to visit them because of how they sell their
Yeah,
country
the
and the
hotspots,
sorts
the
of
unique.
exactly sort of you know tourism drive that they have. And I think it's one thing Nigeria has not done very well with. And with what's happening now, I mean, we travel around the world. We see all of these tour buses in all of the
Yeah,
big
true,
cities,
true.
and they're everywhere because people
Yeah.
visit the cities and they don't know where to go. Get on a tour bus and they will take you around, and it's something that Abuja, for one, should be a driver for because I mean, there's an amazing road network here.
Yes.
There's a lot to see with
Yes,
government
it's not
and tourism.
congested
Yeah,
too.
so I'm amazed that this is a new sort of venture. Even why hasn't anybody thought about this? So kudos to the Experience Niger team
Experience
for doing
Niger.
this, and I think it's something that a lot of other people should sort of
Emulate.
comment and emulate.
Okay,
yeah.
you apart from being my role model, which is obvious, and being my mentor, a lot of Nigerians look up to you for many reasons. Even those who are not in the media and entertainment, they love you for one thing, fashion. Yeah, so I'd like to know, what has the journey been for you? Has it always been this rosy? How did you step into entertainment? Because I know you studied law. How did it all start?
My journey to entertainment happened because I went on Big Brother, to be honest, in 2006. Before that, I was a lawyer practicing. Wasn't very excited by the
practiced?
practice. Yeah, I practiced for a few months, not too long,
Okay.
before the Big Brother audition happened. So I was looking for something else to sort of take me and excite me more. And Big Brother happened, but I even went on Big Brother not to be in entertainment. I went there to hopefully win the money and further my education. That was what I wanted to do. I went and I didn't win, of course. And then I always say one of the worst things you can be in life is famous and broke.
Yeah,
And that was
true.
exactly
It's-
what I
it's
was at the
complicated.
time. So I was famous for being on Big Brother and I had no money in my bank account. So that was what made me sort of start the hustle and say, you know what am I going to make out of this experience now? And I started going
Fame
for
that you already
auditions.
have.
Yes, I started going for auditions, and I got my first TV gig in September of 2006. And we're here today,
Wow.
12 years later. So the journey has been very interesting. There's been many ups and downs. I learned on the job, I always say. And I think I learned at a place where you have, I mean, I've worked at a game show on NTA, so it's,
Okay.
I mean, it's terrestrial television. You learn from people who do it well, people who have done it over years. And I grew from there to where I am today. So I never take it for granted. and I think people shouldn't. The journey, you are, not to hit anybody, but you find a lot of people today. I mean, that makes me sound old, but there's a perception that things can happen overnight, and I think it's very important that people don't make a mistake of that. Yes, some people might get lucky. Some people's journeys are shorter.
Yeah,
some
true.
people's journeys
While
are
some are
quicker.
yeah.
But then it's very important to emphasize the fact that you have to build it.
It has to be a process.
It has to be a process, and you learn, and then you grow as time goes on. So yeah, it's been very good for me. But I mean, I'm grateful.
Okay, you've been relevant for quite a good number of years. For me, I think you're very hardworking. But are there other things you do that we do not know? For someone like me in the entertainment and media, I'd love to. I always say I'm always very scared. Like, it's better I just remain where I am than blow and then come back. And so what have you been doing apart from the fashion thing, which is a wow factor for your brand? What else do you do to ensure that you're still constantly in the limelight, even with new people coming in every day?
I think hard work is first of all the most important thing. You also need to keep your eyes open, and not necessarily for competition, but for. I read a lot, right?
Okay.
And I'm not talking reading books even. I like to know things.
What's happening?
And I think it's very, very important with pop culture, with current affairs, with government, with politics. The one thing I think that is my biggest strength is I like to know something about everything. So it's almost impossible to find me in a situation where you ask me a question, whatever it is, and I can't contribute to the conversation. Which is why with the show I do on Rubbing Minds, I can sort of have any guest on the show, and I'm fine with it because I'm able to. And I think it's something maybe some people should also explore, be able to be versatile as possible, so that whatever situation you find yourself in,
You fit in.
you can also make money from it, because money is very important whether you like it or not.
True.
So if this doesn't work out, you can quickly switch up to this, and you're still making sort of a good living from there. So yes, I've revetted myself a lot, and I mean, hosting a reality show and doing Rubbing Minds, these are two completely different shows.
True.
And I host another show on Ebony Live TV called Men's Corner.
Yeah, Men's Corner.
All three of them are not the same, but it's
Yeah.
because I've been able to sort of open up my minds to be
To
flexible
learn more
and versatile and keep learning is what has kept me going.
Okay, Ebuka, I am curious to know, I'm sure a lot of people want to know, where do you hope to be, or in 5 years' time, would there be a different Ebuka? Are you going to venture into some other things, or are you going to be in entertainment till you age and, you know?
There's a lot of things in my radar.
Okay.
I talked about my entertainment law background. It's something I still hope to explore more.
Okay.
It's usually, I always say, it's my long-term plan. It's something I want to explore more, and because entertainment law is still not explored enough in Nigeria, and it's something I think I will still definitely work with. Entertainment, of course, being on TV, there's a lot of plans, hopefully, with television that television I still believe has a lot to sort of evolve into in Nigeria. We've not maximized it enough yet. I mean, when you travel out, you see what people do with television and the concepts, the shows. There's still a lot we can do with television here. So I'm hoping to also tap into that. There might be some politics in my future. I don't know if I'm going to run for office, but I'm very interested in politics. So I don't know how I'm going to contribute. I don't know that I'm going to run for office or whatever it is, but it's something I know I would want to do something with. I don't know what exactly it is I'll be doing with it. So.
Okay, so it was nice talking to you,
Thanks a lot
Ebuka
for having me.
Obi-UCHENDU. Now, before you go, a word of advice to the Nigerian youths as regards self-discovery and pursuing their talent, or passion rather.
I don't think I can say it enough, and I think it's very important. There are no shortcuts. I know people always say believe in yourself. Yeah, the most important thing for me is there's no shortcuts.
The process.
The fact that you watch a music video today and you see how Wizkid is doing or how well he's doing, that doesn't mean he just got there. I mean, Wizkid has a story. Everybody has a story, and you have to realize that you want to wear all of these brand names. You want to wear all the brand names, Gucci, Versace, whatever it is. You have to know that it's more important to be able to afford them when you get to the point where you can, not because you circumvented the system. And I think that's one of the biggest sort of challenges that we have as young people today. There's a lot of belief in, this is what it is, I need to be, or I don't know whether social media contributes with pressure and all of that.
But if we start talking about it now,
exactly. So I just hope people understand that everything is a process. There's no shortcuts, and it will happen if you're good, if you're consistent, and you work hard.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Hey guys, my name is EBUKA Obi-UCHENDU. Please keep watching OMA Living Show.
Wow, that was a quick one, but I tell you, simple but totally filled. I mean, having someone like Ebuka on his seat, even if it's just for split seconds, it's a big deal. So he told us about his journey, how he started, what he's been doing, and how he's been able or managed to stay relevant till date. I tell you, Ebuka is still very young. He's someone I personally look up to. He's a mentor and he's a brother. And I'm so happy that he was on the show today. So stay glued to OMA Living Show. And please, if you are watching this, click subscribe because we're going to be having more and more and more of the juices and everything that have to do with inspiration. My name is Marilyn Oma Anona and I love you. Bye.